Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back today to do a pick a card reading for those of you who are in a situationship, or if you want to know about what's going on with your love life, if you want to know what's going on with your person, this is the reading for you. I haven't done one of these pick a cards in a while, so just kind of bear with me. I'm a little bit rusty, but this is for those of you who are in group 1, and this is for those of you who are in group 2, and this card is for everyone who's in group 3. So I would take a moment and think about which group you want to focus on, and then you can skip ahead to the group, the reading for your group. I love pick a card readings because I like to watch pretty much all of them. So if you're one of those people like me, feel free to watch all of them. It may or may not resonate with you, but it's up to you if you want to listen to all of them. Before I jump in, I do want to say I am still offering private readings for those of you who have never booked a reading with me, or even if you have, I'd love to read for you. So you can book a reading through my website, oracledaphne.com. You can send a payment through PayPal, and then we can get scheduled. I do have Venmo and Cash App, but you would need to email me and say, hey, are you okay with me sending a payment through Venmo or Cash App? And then, once I respond, then that's fine. That's pretty much how it works. I do have time this weekend. If those of you who are watching want to get scheduled this weekend, I do have time. But please, email me, let me know what time zone you're in and things like that. That way I can figure out, get you scheduled. I also am partnering with Jackery. Still, they do solar power generators. That affiliate link is going to be in the description box below. I'm going to start for group 1. I'm jumping in for group 1. Whoever picked this card, you guys picked the Lovers card. And this is a really great card for those of you who are wanting to know about the future of a relationship, and it has not yet gotten to the level of marriage, or maybe you're in the beginning stages of dating, or in the beginning stages of getting to know a person, or maybe for whatever reason it just has not gotten to that level of commitment. If you're wanting to know about like long-term commitment, this is that card. Okay, I want to also say that those of you who are watching, you may also be married. Okay, so and some of you may be interested or involved in someone who's married. Most of you that are watching that are married, there's going to be some changes within your relationship. So because we have the Tower right with it, so some of you may be in the process of breaking up with someone. It might not have happened yet, or some of you may be thinking about breaking up with someone. Maybe like it's something that you're wanting but has not yet been finalized, or some of you are in the process of. There may also just be like an argument or a fight at home with a partner or spouse. If you are already in a relationship. For those of you who are just dating, I don't feel that, I feel like you have, I'm just going to say this, you have too much going on with your personal life. There's too many things going on with you personally. Those of you who are watching and wanting to know the future of a relationship. Like, to me, it's very complicated if you have a lot going on. It just feels like you have a lot going on. Some of you may be considering to move. Some of you are maybe looking for work. Some of you are trying to figure out where you're going in life. To me, you're trying to figure out you right now, and it might be good for those of you who are watching to take a moment to pull back and be like, okay, Where am I going? What am I doing? Before you get into a relationship. Because to me, you can't take that into a relationship. It's too much chaos, I think. I feel like those of you who are in a relationship, I feel like you're going to end up being single. My guide is showing me you being single. For those of you who are dating, I said in the beginning of this reading that because we have the lovers here, it does bode very well for long-term partnerships. But you might have like a lot of short relationships. And for whatever reason, and I feel like there's kids, either one or two kids, maybe perhaps more than that are involved in your family life somehow. They could be your kids, they could be blended family kids. There's some element of maybe focusing, like there's an element of like a single parent here too that's showing up. There's a lot of different types of relationships that are going on for group 1. This is where I would tell you to schedule a private reading with me, because it's hard to determine the outcome for so many, especially with the Lovers card. That's a relationship, but some of you are, very committed to a partner, and you're willing to get through thick and thin with a partner. So even if you get into a fight, even if there's a lot of crying or there's a lot of upset, you might actually stay with that person. It depends on, each couple. I feel like it depends on where you're at with the relationship. Yeah, that's where I want to leave it for group 1. Okay, moving on to group 2. Everyone who picked this card for group 2. This is the King of Pentacles. This is one of the Mr. Right cards. It's going to be a father figure. Those of you who are wanting to know about a situationship, it may be involving this person. I do feel like there's an element of stability that this person has in your life in some way. Does not necessarily mean that you're with them, but to me they may be, I don't know. Some of you may be actually asking not about a romantic relationship. Maybe some of you are asking about a person in your life just to kind of find out what's their deal, and they are very focused on finances, and or you are very focused on finances. There's a lot of lessons to be learned from this one person, this King of Pentacles here. Some of you are waiting or are very focused on your Mr. Right, or are thinking that this person is your Mr. Right. They may be very focused on career right now, if you're, whatever the situation may be. I feel like some of you, this is a no contact situation. We've got the Two of Swords here showing up. And some of you are waiting for this person to communicate with you, or waiting to find out what's going on with this person. I do not feel okay, group 2, I'm just going to say it's group 2. I don't feel that this person you are going to end up with. It's a hard no. I feel very strongly it's a hard no. I feel like there's some of you, this is somebody who has maybe already lied to you or cheated on you, or something where, they weren't completely honest with you, or something where they didn't want a relationship with you. Maybe from the beginning they didn't want a relationship with you. Maybe they wanted to sleep with you. Maybe they were interested in you, but it didn't. You weren't the only person that they were talking to. I don't feel like you're the only person that they're talking to. I feel like there is at least one other person, if not 2 other people, that they're interested in or sleeping with or talking to at this time. I definitely feel like this relationship, those of you who, are watching and picked group 2, I feel like this relationship is not going in the direction of where you want it to go if you're wanting a long-term partner. I feel like someone who's watching they're wanting to know about a person who, you know, would be considered like a player type person, or just who isn't serious, you know, and you'll know if a person is serious or not, you know. I don't know why you would have your hopes up for this person, but some people do, you know. Maybe there's, you know, this is like your baby daddy or baby mommy, or like somebody who's like, you know, been a part of your life in some way. And maybe you're wondering, like, if they have any plans to be with you again. The answer is no to that. I don't feel like they would. You know, to me, this is a person who most likely would sleep with you if they given the opportunity, but they're not. Some of you don't even like want that either. Some of you just kind of want to know like where this other person's head is at. And I feel like this other person is wrapped up in their career, very focused on their career. And, you know, wants to be able to provide for you and your child if you have a child together. There is a lot of like tough energy here for group 2, which I don't really even want to go into too far. I feel like it's a lot of negativity, coming from them, or there's a lot of negative energy between the two of you. So some of you are asking about a person who is no contact for a reason. And I would, you know, continue to be no contact, honestly. Are things going to work out? I don't feel that they will. We got the 5 of Pentacles here. 5 of Pentacles is, you know, yeah, the Miss Lonely Hearts card. Some of you, you know, maybe are kind of wondering because you're like, you haven't found somebody else to be with yet. You know, you haven't found another person to date. Dating world right now is very challenging. So I would say for this group, you know, try your best to get back out there, go in person. You know, I always tell people, you know, if you go through like the drive-through for anything, you know, don't go inside. Okay. Order stuff inside. That way you're at least have the opportunity to see somebody in person if they're there. But mainly, you know, you got to catch, you know, people when they're in the mood or thinking about a relationship. So, I usually tell female clients to go to Lowe's and Home Depot if they don't want to go to any bars and stuff like that. And I tell male clients to go to yoga class because that's where all the ladies are. So this is where I would tell you, you know, that my best dating advice for group 2 is get back out there, but go in person. And I would avoid any kind of like online dating. You can try online dating, but most online dating, it's like going to be like a short-term deal. It's a one-night stand. It might go, you know, a little bit, but I would say probably not more than 1 or 2 dates. Moving on to group 3. We have, to me, this is the Hanged Man. Oh, sorry, for everyone who picked group 3. This is the Hanged Man in the, this is my herbal medicine deck. And it's a card about kelp or seaweed, and needing to take more kelp and or seaweed because it helps your energy levels. When I started taking kelp, like the fog went away, like any kind of, you know, lack of clarity. Some of you don't have very much clarity for group 3 on a relationship, and you need to get very clear about what it is that you want, okay, within a relationship. To me, there's an energy, you know, of like, you know, there's a lot of stuff coming to me, so I'm just going to say it all. So like shitting or getting off the pot, being kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, lack of indecision making, lack of clear direction, lack of like knowing what you want, not really taking any action steps, being kind of a pussy, you know, just not like saying, okay, this is what I want and I'm going to go after it. I'm going to go get it. And, or like in relationships, like, do you want a person who doesn't know if they want you, or do you want a person who knows that they want you? And sometimes, unfortunately, it can take a little bit of time to get there. So you may be dealing with a person who maybe in the beginning really didn't know what they wanted. And maybe over time, they have come to some conclusions that maybe they want you. But there's still no action really to back that up. The Hanged Man is like it's like the pause button, right? So you might actually feel very paused in your love life. You might feel like nothing is really happening. For group 3, like nothing is really happening. In your love life. Some of you may want to have more happen in your love life, but it's just not for some reason happening. Yeah, I knew this was going to come. Okay, so we got the 3 of Wands, and 3 of Wands to me, again, is sitting on the fence, being on the fence, being undecided, not knowing what you want to do. And the thing is that for some of you, it's lack of energy, or senses of like inertia. Some of you may suffer from anxiety and depression. Some of you may be kind of like not really into people or not really wanting to engage with people. Some of you are not wanting to get your heart broken again. So you're kind of on this fence where you're like, I'm just going to stay on this fence for as long as I want, for as long as like you're not wanting to start new in a relationship. You may still be in an old relationship, but you may not want to start fresh for whatever reason. It's hard to start fresh because there's an element of risk. There's an element of needing to have faith that it's going to work out no matter what. Some of you like want a guarantee. Some of you are what I call parachute people, where you need a parachute, a backup plan to like help you get through, and or somebody to hold your hand to help you get out of an old relationship that's gone stale. Relationships go stale. Relationships fizzle out. All kinds of things happen in life that cause this. Sometimes it's just, it's not the right energy, or it's not the right time, or it's just time to move on, It's hard for some people to really grasp that. And I would tell you that if you're, number one, sitting on the fence about things, I would tell you, yes, you can sit there for as long as you want, but nothing's going to happen. And if you're a person who like has maybe like more than one option, but you just don't know what you want or who you want, then you're going to miss the boat, because people don't wait around forever. And it's not fair to expect them to wait around forever. Some of you are waiting around for somebody, and some of you are waiting, or somebody's waiting for you to kind of figure out what you want. Some of you, like, I feel like I read for 2 different kinds of clients. I read for clients who are having a difficult time in their current relationship, or want to know, trying to work things out with a person or a situation where they're not really ready to let go, or a person who maybe dates or doesn't date. Maybe they have sex with people, but they don't have long-term relationships, and they struggle having long-term relationships. And I sometimes read for people that were in long-term relationships that want to know when they get into another long-term relationship. So there's a lot of different things that could be going on with you, group 3. I think mainly your issue is that you're, there is like maybe like a strong friendship, that you have, chemistry with a person, or, like I feel like you're going to have sex again with a certain person. But the problem is like a lot of times, like okay, I'm just going to say this. Like a lot of times we end up maybe hooking up or sleeping with people that aren't long-term options. Like whoever it is that you're going to sleep with, they're not necessarily a long-term option for whatever reason. Maybe they're in another relationship. Maybe they're already married. Maybe, this is like an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend and it didn't work the first time. I feel like the message here for some of you, your situation is that it would be best to I want to say have a little faith in yourself and put your money where your mouth is. So like and get really clear about what it is that you want in relationships. So like if you want a long-term relationship, you need to tell people that you're dating that you want a long-term relationship. Some of you, it's very mixed up. Like it's kind of twisted. Like some of you want a long-term relationship, but not with the person you're sleeping with. Or some of you want a long-term relationship, but you're already in a long-term relationship. Some of you want a long-term relationship, but you are not doing anything about it. Like you're just sitting on the fence or waiting for someone or in contact with someone who isn't really long-term relationship material. Yeah, got the Hanged Man twice. So I would just tell you guys that, yeah, this, you know, if you're waiting on somebody, it's not productive to wait on somebody. Although, you know, we've all done it. We've all gotten to periods of our life where we're just like, well, I'm just not going to do anything about dating right now. I've got too many other things going on. But see, that's the problem. That's the trap. If you do that, then years and years can go by. And you can tell yourself you're waiting or you know, you can sleep with whoever. But if you're not taking any action steps to be in a long-term relationship or have whatever it is that you truly want, then you're working against yourself. That's what I would tell you. Okay, I think on that note, I want to leave off here. Thank you guys so much for being amazing fans and followers. I'll be back again for more, so stay tuned. You're going to see a lot of me. I'm going to I've been trying to put out so many videos. My goal today was like at least 3 videos, and it's a lot of work, so please donate. Any amount is really appreciated, and I'll be back again for more, so stay tuned. I send everyone big hugs, big kisses. I'll talk to you guys again soon. All right, take care. All the best. Bye.